watching Hardball. They say you can't take the dog out of the fight. You can take the dog out of the fight, but you can't take the fight out of the dog. Or in this case, you can't take the fight out of former ASCAL stalwart Chieffy Caligdong. From guiding the Philippine national football team to reaching new heights, Chieffy is now helping Philippine football by searching for the next little big thing on local shores. Joining us now to talk about the grassroots-based youth football program, we're joined by Chieffy and football coach Chris Thomas. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, gentlemen. Welcome.
Good evening, sir.
Chieffy, saan nagsimula itong program na to?
Yung program na, sir, no, it's almost 8 years na nagra-run to. By, una-una yung ako lang, yung nasa sa service ba ako. So, ngayon, Pro Life and Globe, no, sponsor to this program, and also helping the Philippine Football Federation to scout and identify talents in the whole Philippines, no, the whole provincial clinics. Yun yung ginagawa namin. So nagsimula to from in Barotac, Iloilo. So doon nag-jumpstart hanggang punta kami ng Pampanga, San Carlos, Negros Occidental. Ngayon papunta kami ng Cagayan. So yun yung dandahan na wala na tayo sa team, but we continue to support, and yun nga, hindi pa tayo, or not good enough sa as a team, as a mga local players natin, but dahan-dahan ito yung paraan na makapagsimula tayo na ano tayo ng mga local
Chieffy,
talents.
gaano kalakas yung magiging, yung popularidad mo? Gaano kalaki yung tulong nun para maakit mo yung mga batang maglaro ng football?
Pag pumunta ako sa that's why sabi mo kanina na pumayat ako, but to inspire kids, no, nakikita nila wala na ako sa team, but to transfer the good message doon sa mga bata na nag-stay fit pa rin ako, pag nagturo ako sa kanila, nakikita nila yung demand na kung nasa field ako, yun talaga yung standard, no? Pag naglalaro ka ng international, but yun talaga yung pinapakita natin. So sa paraan na to, no, na pumupunta ako sa provinces, nagtuturo kami ni Coach Chris. So nakikita nila na yung ginagawa namin ni Coach Chris is a mix football, no? Yung experience ko in the national team and his experience sa England. So yun yung ginagawa namin ngayon. Papunta kami ng ibang probinsya. Pag nandun kami, pinapakita namin sa kanila na ito yung tamang paglalaro ng football.
Coach Chris, when you go to the provinces, what do you see? I mean, how do you assess the potential of the kids that you see?
It's well, straight away there's a massive turnout, you know, which and the kids that are playing, you can see the ability straight away, you know, from a very young age to 16. So you can see they've got a huge potential. You know, it's just a case of putting our heads together, you know, putting the Western mindset, the Eastern mindset, and just mixing it together so we can just get the best out of the kids, you know. So they do have the potential, and they do have the talent, and I believe we can make World Cup players from these kids from the provinces.
How about the training? What are some of the first things that you teach the kids?
Well, we just go back to the basics. It's just like anybody really, just the basic, you know, with the dribbling, the passing, you know, defending, you know, just basic things really. So they get used to the ball, they get comfortable with the ball, then we start to step it up a little bit, then we go into the technical side of things. So we'd like to bring in more technicals, you know, with the younger from like 6, 7, 8, 9, and we can start introducing like some you know, European styles, some tiki-taka, you know, so we start you know, blending that into the technical side of the Filipino football, you know, so we can make them more of a thinking player as well, you know, so we can get the absolute best out of them at a very young age rather than later on in their life.
How quickly do they pick it up?
I think they pick it up really quick, to be honest. From the different locations I've been, I've introduced different things to them, and they seem to get it, even though sometimes they get a nosebleed, you know.
Okay.
But you know, it's in fact every time, you know. So, but as soon as I showed them something, I give them a demonstration, and they're straight onto it, you know. So it's a pleasure to work with them, to be honest. So.
How do the parents react to the programs that you've been teaching? I mean, going around the country. Of course, a lot of the parents are very curious as to how you conduct these clinics. But what are the initial reactions? Because most of them, actually, well, some of them have never been in a sports clinic, and now their children have the opportunity to learn
from a foreign coach.
From a foreign coach at that.
Yeah, it gives them, it gives everybody a good experience. The response from the parents has been outstanding. Really, they all want to know who I am. You know, they want to just understand how I do things. You know, and they're interested in how I deliver a session to the kids, and the level of discipline I give them. You know, so it's they take a lot. Well, they learn a lot from me, as I learn a lot from them as well. So it's it's always a good response.
Okay. Yeah. Chieffy, sa nakikita mo, no? Sinabi mo, tinuturo mo sa kanila, this is how it should be done internationally. Saan sila nagugulat? Ano yung mga tinuturo mo na hindi nila nakikita sa mga ibang nagtuturo sa kanila?
Siguro yung proper techniques and proper skills yung ginagawa namin sa kanila. Lalo na pag ako kasi sa nagtuturo sa kanila, kumbaga hindi wala akong tinatago eh. Lahat nilalabas ko yung kung ano yung meron ako noon nung galing ako sa ganong age before. Yung naabot ko yung ganito. So same lang yung tinuturo ko, but yung demand kasi yung pag ako nagturo sa kanila, kailangan makuha nila not overnight, but kumbaga yung matutunan nila for 2 days na yon, it's malaking tulong sa kanila habang nagtitraining sila sa sariling clubs nila or sa schools nila. But yung tamang, yung proper talaga na techniques and skills, yun yung talagang tinuturo namin, kasi yun talaga yung doon tayo pupunta, na pabalik all the time, palaging basics and basics. So mahihirapan eh.
Is it only the kids that you are teaching when you go out to your camps, or do you also include the coaches in the area to see how you conduct your clinic?
Inaano namin yung mga coaches, no? Pag-arrive namin sa isang lugar, the first day, 1 day before the clinics, inaano namin, no? Nagkakaroon kami ng half-day workshop for the coaches, and si Coach Chris may inahanda ng mga module and training drills, and ako na tumutulong ako para sa kanya maintindihan nila yung ginagawa ni Coach Chris, kung paano i-transfer sa mga bata, kasi hindi lang ganun ituturo mo kaagad eh. Kasi yung kailangan paano mo i-motivate yung mga bata pag naglalaro, di ba? Paano mo sila ano ba, dedicated ba sila or hindi. So yun yung inaano ko kay Coach Chris, kasi na experience is iba din sa England. Pagdating dito is nagugulat siya minsan, ganito yung mga bata. So ako yung nag-alalay kay Coach Chris, yung sa mga coaches.
Okay, Coach Chris, what made you want to do this?
Well, back at home, I did a degree in sports development, you know, so it's the Philippines have identified as somewhere I can really utilise my knowledge for the country. So I've been in different parts of the world, you know, the USA, throughout Southeast Asia, even in India as well. And the Philippines was my last location to try and nail something. And I came here quite blind, and when I turned up and I found out about the football, it was just, it's like the perfect place for me to help, you know, developing the sport, because you can see it's like a boom in the football now. It seems to be growing so fast, and when I go to different locations just by myself, just to do like independent studies, you can see like the level of football, and you know how it's becoming more popular, and even the girls' football as well. That seems to be that's really, I'm really impressed with the girls' football as well here. So I've been saying to the girls, like, why don't we need to build a really strong girls' team as well, so we can compete against the Americans, because they have a good, you know, so they've got a cracking chance here, because the level of play here for the girls is really outstanding as well.
What's the big picture? What's the final goal, the ultimate goal of this?
The ultimate goal is to get the Aztecas in the World Cup, and to give, obviously, to give people a pathway either into the sport or through education as well. It's not just getting to the World Cup, it's all different components to it as well. So we want to, you know, provide the education route as well. So if they don't make it in the football, they can still play. If it's not at the high level, at least we can get them into a university, or we can get them a scholarship maybe over in the UK or something like this, you know.
All right. Chieffy, nabanggit ni Coach Chris yung World Cup, you know, yung qualifiers. What are your thoughts about the Aztecas?
Next month, yes. I think yung preparation, nag-start na last month yung ASCAL preparation para dun sa group stage. Sabi nga nila na medyo mabigat yung grupo natin, but yung sabi nga ni Coach Dooley, yung talagang preparation niya is yung Bahrain yung target niya doon. Kasi yun yung talaga yung nakikita niya na if we beat Bahrain, we have a good chance to qualify to the next round. So, sa nakikita ko kaya, and kasi ongoing naman yung United Football League, and halos lahat ng mga players natin, ng mga foreign base nandito ngayon, no? Naglalaro like Sato, sa series global, sa series sila sa Global Heartman, sa series sila Christians and Amani, sino pa. So, alam ko nandito sila lahat para yung preparation napakadali, no? Yung recall para sa kanila na mag-prepare ng mas husto. So, yun yung sa tingin ko, we have a good chance, and sana suportahan natin sila.
Okay, well, thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Chris, of luck to you.
Chieffy, thank you.
Thank you so much.
And for our last shot tonight, football star Xavi once said, in football, the result is an imposter. You can do things really, really well, but not win. There's something greater than the result, more lasting, a legacy. And so it is.
Take care, everybody. I'm Boyet.
And I'm Bill Velasco. Join us again next Monday when we hit hard and hit strong when we play Hardball. Good night. God bless. Stay safe. Now, no greetings. Nobody has a birthday. Hardball.
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 Hardball. Say it again.